Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the only thing standing between you and the life you dream of isn't your circumstances, your past, or your luck, it's your thoughts. Every single day, you're programming your future with what you allow inside your mind. Change those thoughts, and you can rewrite your entire destiny. Because the truth is, your life doesn't respond to chance, it responds to choice. And the moment you decide to take control of your mind, everything begins to change. Most people drift through life waiting for something to happen, waiting for luck, for the right time, for a sign that tells them to begin. But life does not wait. The seconds you let slip away are the very moments that could be changing your life forever. The difference between those who live fully and those who merely exist lies in awareness, the awareness that every moment carries infinite potential. The one who understands this doesn't wait for conditions to be perfect. They act, and in acting, they create the perfect conditions. The truth is, every day is a test, a quiet, unseen test of will, focus, and belief. Most fail not because they are incapable, but because they underestimate the power of persistence. Success doesn't arrive with fanfare or applause. It comes silently, disguised as effort, as repetition, as faith in motion. Each time you do what you said you would do, each time you rise after falling, each time you choose discipline over comfort, you pass that test. And over time, those choices form the foundation of a life transformed. You are not limited by your circumstances. You are limited by your perception of them. Two people can stand before the same mountain. One sees a barrier, the other sees a path. The mountain never changed, the vision did. When you shift your mind from impossibility to opportunity, everything in life begins to rearrange itself to meet your new belief. This is the law that governs all creation, as within, so without. The outer world simply reflects the inner one. The greatest discovery you will ever make is that you hold the power to change your world by changing the way you think. Once you grasp this, you'll stop blaming others, stop waiting for rescue, and start taking responsibility for everything that happens to you. Responsibility is freedom. When you accept full ownership of your life, you reclaim your power. You realize that nothing and no one can hold you back except the thoughts you entertain. Every dream, every vision, every invention that has ever changed the course of humanity began in the mind of someone who refused to give up. They were ordinary people who decided that they would no longer live small. They dared to see beyond their current reality. They took that vision, believed in it completely, and acted upon it daily. And because of that, the world around them had no choice but to catch up to the image they held in their minds. The same power exists in you. Right now, at this moment, you possess the creative force that can reshape your destiny. You can form in your imagination the kind of person you want to become, and by aligning your thoughts and actions with that image, you begin to attract everything required to make it real. This is not magic. It is law, the law of cause and effect. What you sow, you reap. What you think about, you bring about. But here's the challenge: most people think one way and live another. They desire success, but speak of struggle. They dream of abundance, but act in fear. They want happiness, but dwell on problems. The universe cannot reward confusion. Your thoughts and actions must be in harmony. When you think and act in alignment with your vision, you create a magnetic field that draws everything you need toward you. If you truly want to change your life, stop chasing outcomes and start mastering the process. Focus on becoming excellent at what you do. Focus on improving yourself a little more each day. The person who commits to growth never has to worry about success. It becomes inevitable. You don't need to wish for better results. You need to become the kind of person who naturally produces them. When doubt whispers that it's too late, that you've missed your chance, Remind yourself that time doesn't define potential, decision does. You can decide today to turn everything around. The past is not a prison, it's a lesson. The moment you stop reliving your history and start rewriting your story, you step into power. Life will meet you where you stand, so stand tall, even if you have to do it trembling. You are not meant to merely survive. You were meant to create, to build, to expand. Every great achievement began as a single, invisible thought in the mind of a determined individual. They saw what didn't yet exist and refused to let the limitations of the present dictate the possibilities of the future. That is the essence of greatness, to live from vision, not from circumstance. Each morning, before you begin your day, take a moment to remember what you're working toward. Picture your ideal life vividly, the peace, the strength, the confidence, the success. Hold that picture in your mind as though it were already yours. The mind doesn't distinguish between reality and imagination. It acts on what it's given. Feed it an image of success, and it will work tirelessly to make it so. Feed it fear, and it will create more of the same. Choose wisely what you dwell upon, for your mind is always listening. Every setback you face contains within it the seed of an equal or greater opportunity. The person who learns to see that truth cannot be defeated. When you encounter failure, don't curse it, study it. Ask what it came to teach you. Growth often hides in discomfort. The very obstacle that seems to block your path is often the thing preparing you for the next level of your journey. Life does not waste pain. Every experience is shaping you, sharpening you, strengthening you for the vision you hold. There will be times when the path feels uncertain, when progress is invisible, when you question whether your efforts matter. Those are the moments that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. The ordinary give up when results are delayed. The extraordinary keep going because they understand that the process is working even when the evidence has yet to appear. Every day you persist, you are building momentum, unseen but unstoppable. Train your mind to see opportunity in every challenge. When others complain, look for lessons. When others doubt, act with conviction. When others quit, remind yourself that your time is coming, because it is. If you stay true to your purpose, if you keep your thoughts focused on what you want, and if you act with faith, then nothing can stand in your way. Life must yield to the one who refuses to quit. Every single person who has ever achieved greatness was once where you are now, uncertain, afraid, wondering if they had what it takes. But they didn't let that stop them. They took the first step, and then another, until their confidence grew stronger than their fear. The courage you need is already within you. It just needs to be called forth through action. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, dreams remain ideas. With it, ideas become reality. Discipline means doing what must be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's the quiet commitment to consistency, even on the days when motivation fades. Motivation ignites you, but discipline sustains you. The disciplined person cannot fail because they never stop showing up. Remember that success is not a destination, it is a way of being. It's the daily practice of thinking right, acting right, and living right. It's how you treat yourself, how you use your time, how you respond to challenges. The one who takes charge of these things takes charge of their destiny. The rewards of such control are immeasurable peace of mind, confidence, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose that cannot be shaken by circumstance. The person who listens to truth daily, who feeds their mind with faith and purpose, gradually becomes immune to the noise of the world. They no longer get distracted by opinions, negativity, or temporary setbacks. They move through life with quiet certainty, knowing that their direction is true. They understand that all things begin in thought, and that thought, when combined with persistence, becomes unstoppable power. So when you wake each morning, speak life into your future. Remind yourself who you are becoming. Fill your mind with gratitude for what you have and determination for what's to come. Every word you speak, every thought you think, every action you take is a vote for the person you wish to become. Cast those votes wisely, and soon your reality will begin to mirror your vision. Don't fear change, fear remaining the same, because to live without growth is to deny the very nature of life itself. Everything in creation is expanding, evolving, reaching upward, and so should you. The same force that causes the seed to push through the soil and reach toward the sun is within you. Trust that force, let it move you, let it lead you to higher levels of being, of understanding, of mastery. The moment you truly decide that you will no longer accept anything less than your best, everything begins to shift. Opportunities appear. Strength you didn't know you had rises to meet the challenge. The world makes way for the one who knows where they are going. Decide today who that person is for you, and begin to live as though you are already there. If you can hold that image long enough, if you can discipline your thoughts, your words, and your actions to align with it, then your transformation becomes inevitable. The mind is the starting point of all creation. Whatever it can conceive and believe, it can achieve. That's not just a phrase, it's a law as real as gravity. And once you understand it, once you live by it, you'll see that your life has always been waiting for your command. The moment you understand that your thoughts are the architects of your destiny, everything changes. You no longer drift, you direct. You no longer hope, you know. You begin to realize that every thought carries a vibration, and that vibration draws to you people, circumstances, and experiences that match it perfectly. There is no mystery in this, only order. You are surrounded by a universe that is perfectly balanced, perfectly just, perfectly responsive to the nature of your inner world. If your thoughts are of abundance, gratitude, and possibility, life responds with more to be grateful for. If they are of fear, worry, and limitation, life reflects the same. The key is not in the outer world. It has never been there. It is in the quiet workshop of the mind. Every time you allow a negative thought to linger, you give it strength. You give it form, and before long, it takes shape in your experience. But when you consciously choose to think in terms of hope, faith, and courage, you reprogram your reality. This is not blind optimism. It is disciplined creation. It is the deliberate choice to build from within rather than react from without. You must remind yourself daily that you are not the victim of circumstances. You are the creator of them. Life does not happen to you. It responds to you. Most people live their days reacting to whatever comes along. They wake up, check their phones, and allow the outside world to dictate their inner state. But the person who lives with purpose does the opposite. They begin each day by directing their mind before the world has a chance to do it for them. They fill it with ideas that strengthen, words that uplift, and visions that expand. They understand that the first 15 minutes of the day can set the course for the next 15 hours. Each morning, they take control of the rudder of their thoughts, and with steady hands, they steer their ship toward the harbor of success. The greatest investment you can ever make is not in money, not in property, not even in relationships. It is in your own consciousness. The person who enriches their mind will inevitably enrich their world. You cannot stay poor in thought and expect to be rich in life. Wealth begins as a state of awareness, a recognition of value, an understanding that everything you need to grow already exists within you. The more you see it, the more it reveals itself. You draw to you what you are in harmony with, and you repel what you are not. Each day, remind yourself that you are growing. Even when progress is invisible, growth is occurring. The seed doesn't sprout the moment it's planted. It lies beneath the soil, unseen, while the roots dig deep to build strength. You may not see your results yet, but every act of faith, every disciplined thought, every small effort is creating roots of power beneath the surface. Stay the course. The harvest comes only to those who keep tending the soil long after others have given up. It is not enough to simply want a better life. You must expect it. Expectation is the bridge between desire and realization. When you expect success, you prepare for it. You act in alignment with it, and life has no choice but to respond in kind. Expectation is faith in motion. Doubt closes the door, faith opens it wide. Each time you visualize your goal, speak it with certainty, and act as though it's already on its way, you send a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. You must understand that the mind cannot hold two opposing ideas at the same time. You cannot think of failure and success simultaneously. One will always drive out the other. When fear enters, faith must leave. When faith enters, fear dissolves. It's your choice which one occupies your mind. Choose faith. Choose belief in the unseen, the yet-to-be, proven, the still-in, progress. Choose to see with the eyes of vision rather than the eyes of circumstance. There will be moments when everything seems to go wrong, when the storm clouds gather and the winds of doubt rise against you. In those moments, remember that even the strongest trees bend with the wind but do not break. You are being tested, not punished. The purpose of challenge is to refine you, to strip away weakness, to reveal the strength that was hidden within you all along. Adversity is not your enemy, it is your greatest teacher. Those who understand this grow through what others merely go through. Do not let the smallness of others shrink your vision. People will always project their own limitations onto you. They will tell you what can't be done, not because it's impossible, but because they've never done it. You must learn to protect your dream from the noise of doubt. Keep your vision clear, your purpose steady, your faith unshaken. The world only believes in what it can see, but you must believe in what you can feel. Every great accomplishment begins with someone who was willing to look foolish for a while. Those who achieve the impossible are the ones who were willing to be misunderstood, laughed at, doubted, and still pressed forward. Do not seek validation from the world. Seek confirmation from within. If the vision was given to you, it was meant for you. Not everyone will understand it, and they don't have to. It's not their path, it's yours. Each time you step forward in faith, even if you can't see the entire path, life meets you halfway. Doors you didn't know existed begin to open. People you never expected to meet begin to appear. Coincidences start aligning in your favor, and what once seemed out of reach becomes attainable. This is the unseen law of momentum. Life rewards those who move, not those who wait. The first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most powerful. It breaks inertia, and once you've broken inertia, nothing can stop you but yourself. Keep your mind fixed on the picture of the life you desire. Don't let it blur under the pressure of the present moment. You are not your current results. You are your potential in motion. The life you want is not somewhere out there. It's unfolding from within you right now. Every act of faith, every choice of discipline, every moment of persistence is drawing it closer. The vision you hold and the person you are becoming are on a collision course, and when they meet, you will call it success. You are not too late, you are not behind, you are exactly where you need to be to begin the next chapter. Stop comparing your progress to others. The oak tree does not envy the rose, it simply grows into what it was meant to be. So should you, focus not on speed but on direction. Growth that lasts is never rushed, it's built with care, one step at a time. There is greatness in quiet consistency. The world may not see your effort today, but it will see your results tomorrow. Keep showing up. Keep refining your craft. Keep improving your thoughts, because somewhere down the road, when the results begin to appear, others will call you lucky. But you'll know it wasn't luck. It was law. It was the law of cause and effect, patiently fulfilled by your persistence. The most powerful force on earth is the human will aligned with a definite purpose. When a person knows what they want and refuses to let anything stop them, the universe itself seems to rearrange in their favor. They wake with energy, they walk with confidence, they speak with authority, they radiate conviction. People feel it, opportunities sense it, and life bends to it. This power is not reserved for a chosen few. It belongs to anyone who dares to decide. Decide today that your thoughts will serve you, not hinder you. Decide that you will no longer drift through days reacting to circumstances, but instead you will shape them. Every word you speak, every action you take, every emotion you entertain is building the future you will live in. Make each one count. Direct your energy toward what you want to grow. Ignore the noise of the world and listen instead to the quiet certainty of your own vision. No one can think for you, act for you, or believe for you. The responsibility and the power is entirely yours, and that is a gift, because it means that nothing outside of you determines your fate. The world may shift, people may doubt, conditions may change, but the one who governs their own mind governs their destiny. Once you realize that truth, you become unstoppable, not because life becomes easier, but because you become stronger than anything life can send your way. There is a certain peace that comes when a person finally understands that everything they need to succeed already exists within them. They no longer chase approval, they no longer wait for the world to validate their worth. They realize that power has been sitting quietly inside them all along, waiting for acknowledgement. The moment this awareness settles in, life begins to shift. Confidence is no longer borrowed from external praise. It's generated from the inside, from a deep understanding of one's own potential. When you operate from that level of certainty, everything you do begins to carry weight, direction, and purpose. Each day becomes an opportunity to prove to yourself what you are capable of. You stop moving through life like a passenger and start taking the driver's seat. You stop saying, "I hope things work out," and start declaring, "I will make things work." The difference may sound small, but in that single shift lies the transformation of an entire life. Because words, once spoken, begin to shape reality. Speak with conviction, think with clarity, act with intention. That combination can move mountains. Most people never truly live because they spend their lives running from discomfort. But discomfort is not your enemy. It's the birthplace of strength. Every challenge you face, every difficulty you endure, every test that seems unfair, these are the fires that refine you, the person you admire, the life you desire, the strength you envy in others. These are not the result of ease, but of endurance. If you can learn to stand firm in the storm, you will emerge with a power that nothing can take away from you. Growth demands pressure, and the one who welcomes that pressure is destined for greatness. The mind is a strange and marvelous tool. It is capable of incredible creation, yet it can also be the greatest obstacle. Left uncontrolled, it will wander toward fear, doubt, and confusion, but directed with purpose, it becomes an instrument of transformation. That's why every day you must take time to quiet the noise around you and listen to your inner direction. The world will always have its opinions, its distractions, its chaos. But your power lies in focus, the ability to stay centered in what truly matters. Focus is the currency of success. What you give your attention to multiplies, and what you ignore fades away. When you choose to focus on growth, you begin to see progress in everything you do. Your habits improve, your energy rises, your relationships strengthen. When you focus on gratitude, you begin to attract more reasons to be thankful. But when you focus on lack, on fear, on what you don't have, the world echoes that same scarcity back to you. Life is a mirror, and it reflects not what you want, but what you are. Change yourself, and your world changes automatically. You must learn to live by principles, not by moods. The person who depends on how they feel to take action will always fall short. Feelings are fleeting. They rise and fall like waves. Principles, however, are unshakable. Discipline is doing what must be done, regardless of how you feel. Success is not a product of inspiration. It's a result of consistent effort applied over time. The one who keeps working long after motivation fades will always rise above those who wait for the right moment to begin. There's a remarkable truth about persistence. It multiplies its own power. Each day you persist, you strengthen your ability to persist again. The more you endure, the more endurance you gain. It's a self-reinforcing loop. Every act of discipline builds confidence, and confidence fuels further discipline. Over time, this quiet, steady effort compounds into extraordinary results. The world often sees only the outcome, never the process. But you must love the process, because it's there that character is formed, vision is clarified, and true success takes root. Never underestimate the power of consistency. The smallest action, repeated daily, can create monumental change. A single drop of water may seem insignificant, but over time it carves through stone. In the same way, your daily habits, your thoughts, your routines, your choices, are shaping your destiny. You are always becoming something. The only question is, are you becoming the person you were meant to be, or the person you've settled for? You cannot rise above your self-image. Whatever picture you hold of yourself in your mind will become your ceiling until you decide to raise it. If you see yourself as average, you will behave in ways that confirm that image. But when you begin to see yourself as capable, powerful, worthy of success, your behavior follows that belief. Your self-image acts like a thermostat. It regulates the level of success you experience. To change your life, you must first change the picture you hold of yourself. Speak to yourself as you would to someone you love. Encourage, empower, and expect more of yourself daily. The greatest battles you will ever fight are within your own mind. You'll fight the voice of doubt that tells you you're not ready. You'll fight the voice of fear that whispers that failure is inevitable. And you'll fight the voice of comfort that begs you to stay where you are. But beyond those voices lies freedom, the kind of freedom that only those who persist can know. Because the moment you silence the noise of limitation, you'll hear the quiet whisper of truth that you were made for more. If you ever doubt your purpose, look at the fact that you are alive. Out of billions of possibilities, you exist. You were not an accident. There is a reason you were given consciousness, reason, imagination, and the ability to act. You are a creator in a world of endless potential. The universe itself expands because that is its nature, and so must you. To stagnate is to go against your very design. Growth is not something to pursue, it's something to allow. Don't be discouraged by how far you still have to go. Every master was once a beginner. Every great leader once doubted themselves. Every success story began with uncertainty. What matters most is that you begin and that you continue. Time will reward those who do not stop. Remember that every great oak was once a small seed that refused to stop growing. Be mindful of the company you keep. Surround yourself with people who remind you of your strength, not your limitations. The energy around you shapes your thinking. Spend time with those who talk about ideas, growth, and purpose, not those who complain and criticize. Protect your environment, because your environment feeds your mind. You can't plant greatness in soil of negativity and expect it to thrive. Choose your influences as carefully as you choose your goals. There's a power in solitude that few people ever discover. When you learn to sit quietly with yourself, to listen to your thoughts without distraction, you begin to understand what truly drives you. Solitude clarifies. It's where ideas are born, where visions are refined, where the inner compass is recalibrated. Do not fear being alone. Fear being surrounded by noise that keeps you from hearing your own truth. The road to mastery requires patience. Nothing truly worthwhile comes instantly. The flower doesn't bloom the day after it's planted. It must endure days of darkness before it reaches the light. So it is with you. The period of struggle you're in now is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that growth is occurring beneath the surface. Keep nurturing your vision. Keep watering it with faith, effort, and time. One day, the results will be visible, and everyone will wonder how it happened so suddenly, but you'll know it wasn't sudden at all. Always remember that life expands in direct proportion to your courage. The more willing you are to step beyond what's familiar, the more life opens itself to you. The door to your next level will always be guarded by fear. That's how you know it's the right one. Walk through it anyway. Fear is only a shadow. The moment you face it, it disappears. The reward for courage is freedom. The freedom to live fully, to express your potential, to become the person you were always meant to be. And through it all, keep this truth close. Your mind is the master key. It will open any door you command it to. The question is not whether life will give you what you want. It's whether you will train your thoughts to align with what you seek. Think boldly, speak confidently, act deliberately. When thought, word, and action are united, nothing in the world can stand against you.